Next up, at UFC Abu Dhabi, we have Alonzo Menifield taking on Azamat Murzakanov. Alonzo Menifield, 15-4. 15-4 in his career. 3-1 in his last 5. Taking on Azamat Murzakanov. 13-0. Undefeated in his career, coming off his first decision in the UFC. Alonzo Menifield, he's a guy that I talked about earlier. He's a guy that has insane power. He's a guy that has plenty of cardio. To be as physically built the way that he is and to have the power he has.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan.
Why are we doing that right now?
Go on the breakdown.
All right. Well, Alonzo Menifield, to be the man that he is physically and to have the cardio he has is very impressive because he can fight for a full 15 minutes. He does have big power in his hands. He does have wrestling as well. He actually has all the skills to be wildly successful. And he is coming off that almost instant loss to Carlos Ulberg, but that was poor game planning. The dude sprinted across the cage against a beast kickboxer who just stepped off and blasted him. Before that, he was on a nice little win streak, beat Dustin Jacoby, who was a former ranked in the world kickboxer. Alonzo Menifield's a very good fighter. You can't always trust the decision-making, though, because it wasn't just his last fight. His last fight, I wouldn't even say he made a poor decision. Let's just say that was the bad game plan that his coaches came up with. But if you go back to that first Jimmy Crute fight, he's got Jimmy Crute 99% knocked out and then shooting takedowns to like slow the pace and stuff like that. Alonzo Menifield, wildly talented guy, wildly dangerous guy. The fact that he has cardio is absolutely astonishing, and I appreciate it. But he is up at it. This is not an easy task because he's taking on the undefeated Azamat Murzakanov. He's not a big dude, especially not for this division, but he's got power in his hands. He's fast as hell. He has a knockdown in all 4 of his UFC fights, including his last one, which was a decision. He's a good wrestler, solid ground and pound, but his hands are so good that he doesn't use his wrestling very often at all. He's coming off that first decision, as I mentioned, to Dustin Jacoby, where he had the knockdown, had a takedown, sort of controlled that fight. Alonzo's got all the talent in the world, could absolutely 100% win this fight. And the odds are sort of indicative of that. He was a 3-1 dog when the fight dropped, and now he's closing in on less than a 2-1 dog. I think Azamat's going to win this fight. I think we saw in that last fight that he has cardio. He can go the distance as well. And that's all I really needed to see. But if Alonzo Menifield knocks this dude out cold, I don't think anybody's going to be shocked. I trust Azamat Murzakanov to get it done, though. But I have not bet him. I haven't parlayed him. Maybe if this line continues to bottom out, I'll do something with it. But for now, I'm just watching. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, actually, saw Alonzo Menifield a few weeks ago. I was walking through my gym, and I was like, saw someone. I walked by him, and I was like, oh, my God. That was Alonzo Menifield. And then he disappeared as mystically as he walked in the gym because I didn't see him. I saw him walk to the bathroom, and I didn't see him come out. I think he just walked through a back door or something, but he was at the gym. And listen, I do like Alonzo Menifield. Right, he is a big, powerful guy. Great mommy milkers on him. He's got decent wrestling, decent grappling. He can beat a lot of people in the light heavyweight division. He's always going to be live in every single fight. And the longer this fight goes, it is going to favor a guy like Alonzo Menifield because you saw Azamat against Dustin Jacoby start to get a little bit desperate with the takedowns, a little bit lungy with the striking. So that as far as the fight goes, it's going to start favoring Alonzo. And maybe he can be able to sneak out something in the end of the second round and then win the third round. That's probably his path to victory. But as you mentioned, this Azamat guy's he's got wrestling, but he's got like a fucking power jab. This guy's little step-in jab is so good that I just don't think Alonzo Menifield's defensive striking is on that level to really kind of keep that jab off him. And I think Azamat lays enough damage to kind of wear down a guy like Alonzo in the first round. Excuse me, what are we laughing about?
This.
Baby, want milk? I think that power jab. I think that power jab is gonna be able to keep Alonzo kind of at distance, and even if he gets tired, I think there's gonna be too much damage too early. So like Azamat here.
I agree, and Azamat's faster. Alonzo's not that fast. He's very powerful. He's dirty. He's all those things, but he's not like lightning fast, where Azamat is very, very fast. $7,500 in DraftKings. Alonzo's a decent dog. If you are on that side, then spend that money for sure. Yeah, he talked about it a little too long. Now he's got to go explode. $8,700 for Azamat Murzakanov in DraftKings Fantasy. I don't know. This could look exactly like that Dustin Jacoby fight. And I got to see what he scored in that fight. He did have a knockdown. He did have a takedown. That's 15 points right there before anything else happened. So I got to look at that score before I make an official decision here. But Alonzo's a pretty durable guy. I don't know if Azamat's going to finish him. So we may have just sort of a back and forth striking jab kind of situation. If you do want to check out any bets that we've already placed, there's a whole bunch on the board. If you want to check out any of the tools, there's about 6 or 7 of them ready to go. WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top. It's $10 for an entire month. A whole month. All the events in a month. WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top. And before we get to this main card, let me get you... Get back up and leave. Let me get you $50. Go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. We have affiliate links. You click on the affiliate.
Hate to see you go.
You make a deposit. We send you $50.
Love to watch you leave.
$50 is a thank you if you use the affiliate links at WeWantPicks.com/bets. Before I mentioned we have the greatest research tool in history. That is not an exaggeration. Anybody who has used the data analyzer has spoke wildly high of it. At the end of the day, it's a tool. I know there's a giant portion of you that just want the picks and the bets, and that's it. Copy, paste, move on with your life. There's others of you that want to do research, and there's a whole bunch of people in between. If you're looking to do some research, quite literally the greatest research tool in the world. All the tools right in front of you could ever want. You can filter them and get them any way you want to see them. They get thrown onto a graph for you. You hover over a button on the graph, and then you could jump right out and watch the actual fight. You can say, how did Bilal get 5 takedowns in this fight? Click the button, and it'll bring it up on the screen. You can watch the fight right then and there and see with your own eyes. This is included in premium. If you're not premium, unlock it. If you are premium, it's already included. It's just data analyzer in the tools menu. And finally, here is the address. We Want Picks, P.O. Box 406, Prosper, Texas 75078. If you want to send something, send it. If it's a letter, we'll read it. If it's food, we will eat it. If it's a product, we will open it for you. I just did a whole thing for extreme gardening in the vlog. You can check that out. And if you want to send something, we would appreciate it.